So congratulations, you're under contract. I'm Walter Susevich, Sanford Surrounded team leader, and I want to walk you through kind of what you can expect over the next few weeks as we go through the escrow process and get you to closing. So, because although we are close to being done, there are still some things that need to happen, right? So the escrow period is the summary term for where we're going to do our due diligence and inspections, our loan underwriting and title work, appraisal, and then final walkthrough before we actually get to closing. So up first, after we deliver the deposits to your agent and attorney, earnest money and due diligence money, and we get receipts for those, the first thing that we'll do is the due diligence and inspections. We'll get your home inspection complete, negotiate any repairs or credits, and get your lender to do an initial review of your loan file with the contract in hand. So they probably already did a pre-approval or pre-qualification. And if you're a cash buyer, disregard this, but we'll get the lender to do an initial review with your contract to make sure that they can commit to getting the loan approved and getting you to closing, right? So it's important that we do that in the due diligence period, which is up until the end of your due diligence date, because at that point, your earnest money deposit, if you had one, becomes non-refundable. So it's important we get all this stuff done during that period of time. So we're going to be real hands-on on getting that stuff scheduled right away. After that, you'll have your loan underwriting and title work. So your lender is going to ask for a lot of different documents. It may seem like he's asking for your tax returns and your W-2s and your transcripts and you to explain all these different transactions and asking for a pint of blood, it almost seems like. And sometimes we get clients who are like, why are they asking me for all this? I can assure you, if they're asking you for it, it's because they need it. And if you don't get it to them in a timely manner, then you're going to delay things, right? So if they ask for something, get it to them in a timely manner, get it to them quickly so that they can do their job. The attorney is also likely going to be asking you for an information sheet that gets filled out so that they can record the deed in the correct name, with the correct tax identification number or social security number, and all of the information they need to prepare your closing costs document. So be on the lookout for communication via email and phone from your lender and your attorney. Okay. After that, right, we've got our inspection done. We've negotiated some repairs. The lender and the attorney got all the information they need. Typically, then what's up next is the appraisal. When the appraisal comes around, usually around the 2 to 3 week mark, they're going to do the appraisal of the property, and then they're going to give us a notice of value, either that the property appraised at or above the contract price, or if it appraised below the contract price, we'll need to jump on a call, have a conversation for how we're going to address that in negotiations with the seller. Once the appraisal is back, typically the loan underwriting is complete at that point. The attorney has your title and stuff ready. We're going to schedule a final walkthrough where we can go over and make sure that they completed any or all repairs that we have requested. Make sure that the seller has left the property in the same condition as when you went under contract. There isn't any new damage from moving out or anything like that. And just make sure everything looks good for your move-in date. Once we have all those things completed, we'll get to closing, and you'll be able to move into your new home. So now that you kind of understand the whole process, I want to walk you through the inspection process. And if you're not getting a home inspection, you can breeze through this. Home inspections are optional, but I recommend them with every single home purchase, because unless you're going to crawl up in the crawl space in the attic and check every outlet, then you want that for one of the bigger investments that you're probably going to make. So our preferred home inspection provider, one of them at least, is Open Window Home Inspection. We have several for scheduling purposes, but I like to use their website to kind of show you some of the different things that they do and some of the optional things. And you'll need to watch this through the end to get the optional inspections, and there'll be a form you need to fill out to tell us what inspections you'd like us to order. So the home inspection, the basic home inspection, is going to cover your attic, your drainage, electrical, foundation, insulation, plumbing, safety inspection, roof inspection. So notice I skipped over a couple. Your basic home inspection is going to cover all those things, and they're also going to cover the basics of your HVAC and making sure that it's blowing hot and cold air at the right temperatures. If you want anything above that, there are additional second level HVAC inspections where an actual HVAC contractor is going to come out and do an inspection on the system. That's an additional cost, right? Typically speaking, the home inspection is around $400. It's going to be more than that if the home is bigger than average. So the HVAC is an additional cost on top of that, right? So also, the home inspection companies offer a mold inspection. This is, again, if they notice any mold in the home inspection, they're going to mention it. The mold inspection is a further look, right, where they actually test and swab walls and make sure that there are no mold spores, even if you can't see mold. This is also an additional cost. These different add-on surfaces are $150 to $200 a piece. The actual home inspection is around $400, so it can start to add up. But you can get as many or as little home inspections as you'd like. The radon inspection is also an add-on inspection, and it's a unbiased report or recommendation for whether or not there is an elevated level of radon gas in that area, right? Which can go into the groundwater or or into the actual air in your home. Radon inspections aren't very common for people to get, but some people choose to get them all, right? To get all the inspections. So you can do a quick Google search on any of these things to find a little bit more information about them, or reach out to me if you have some questions. And then a septic inspection, right? They're going to flush the toilets, make sure they go down. But if you want a thorough septic inspection, then they'll get an actual septic company out to do a septic inspection. Again, $150 to $200 for each additional inspection. So you're going to have a form to fill out at the end of this video where you can select which type of inspections you want, and then we'll get those scheduled. And then we will, after that, schedule a follow-up appointment, me and you, one-on-one, to go over the inspection report in detail, discuss any potential repairs we're going to ask for or seller credits we're going to ask for, and answer any questions that you have regarding that home inspection. So I would urge you to get this done very quickly, because again, we need to get all this stuff done within our due diligence period. It's a very time sensitive part of the transaction, and we need to move on it quickly. So click the link to schedule your home inspection and tell us which inspections you want, and then we'll reach out to schedule that follow-up shortly after. Thanks.